All right, welcome back. I'm Matt Falby. I'm here with Brent Catchman from CRB Carbon Paintball. I'm just going to call it Carbon. It's not, but we are going to watch TPP Crew take on KC Missouri Allstars, which you have a rooting interest in.
Yes.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
This is BRNT from CRBN. KCMO All-Stars are one of our premier teams, led by the fearless Todd Boyer.
And what are they using today?
Using our new DRV loader that I have up here right now. Brand new, only available to CRBN teams. Retail launch coming September 1st.
So if you see them on eBay, they're stolen.
Yeah,
Let's just
exactly.
be really clear for right now. So KC Missouri All-Star sponsored by Carbon, so we'll see them out there using these loaders. I did have a chance to have some teammates using some prototypes last weekend at a tournament I played in, and they worked flawlessly even in pouring rain, absolute pouring rain. All right, TPP Crew on your left, All-Stars on your right. TPP Crew losing their last match here on the Premier Field. Looks like we were 5 alive for both sides. No, I take that back. First body dropper from Missouri All-Stars. You wouldn't know it by the fact the All-Stars are the ones pushing the field, though. All right, TPP Crew into this snake. Dorito. This is the crew player, if I'm not mistaken, the jersey reading pit crew. What do we got going on over there for the All-Stars, Brett?
Looks like they're down 2 bodies already. Had the trap set, but he got shot. Here comes TPP on the snake side.
All right.
Submitted.
Yeah, Missouri All-Star coach has seen enough. Too many bodies lost and too much good positioning for TPP Crew. They're going to towel out of that one. Live to fight another day. Hey Francis, if we have a break between points, if you go back to the booth cam, it'll give me a chance to get Brent on to camera so we can talk more about the loader. Not right now, obviously we're down to 30 seconds, but maybe between the next 2 points, go back to booth camera. Okay, awesome, thank you. All right, Virginia Vendetta versus Wyldside Distortion. Wyldside Distortion has an absolutely stacked roster. Virginia Vendetta, however, 5-0ing their last match here in Lone Wolf. Pick a team. Who's going to win?
Wyldside for sure. They picked up some blast camp players.
Their roster is ridiculous.
Have their own field, play a lot, look sharp. Late to the box though, I guess.
Well, they're having some kind of technical issue out there, so Wyldside is a little bit late to the box. I think they had a problem with the chrono or something. So they're going to pause the countdown at 5 seconds. Does anybody try to cheat the chrono anymore? I mean, you started playing and you said 94.
Yep.
I started playing around the same time. Back then, tournaments would be decided by chronoing off the field. You know,
Yep.
a chrono penalty was enormous, and people constantly were trying to cheat the chrono. Wow, I'm only seeing 5 bodies for Wyldside. I think we must have had a gun down. Okay, you're old enough to know this. We all talk about the grand old days of paintball and how great it was. I got to be honest. I think modern paintball, with how good the reffing is and how well these tournaments are run, is better than what I grew up playing in the 90s.
The logistics are vastly superior in modern paintball.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ready to launch. Wide breakout by Wyldside Distortion appropriately. Virginia Vendetta pushing up the middle.
They have the trap set.
This is an easy crawl for Distortion up to that middle brick using the snake beam. Looks like first kill going to Vendetta. They pull out this snake Dorito. Have we dropped any bodies over on the Vendetta side?
Oh, they're 5 up. In the snake with a trap set on Distortion snake side.
Kanakarios working that middle, number 8 for Wyldside. He's looking to the other team's snake side, trying to pick up a kill. Game is settled down to a bit of a lull. So we're seeing that on this field. There's an opening flurry of action, and things tend to slow down a bit into a lull. This actually can be kind of a tough field to push.
Vendetta really doesn't know what's going on right now.
basically at this point, the other team's just trying to lock into gunfights and see if they can win a gunfight. If Wyldside can go up by a body or two, then you're going to start seeing.
Here we go, 4-on-4 now. Lead snake on Vendetta shot out. Distortion needs to go through the gut now. And
Wyldside into the snake now. This is their first snake presence. Ooh, he's got some paint. That's going to be rubbed though on the snake player for Wyldside. That's number 67, Michael Unger. Virginia Vendetta player getting peeled off that snake side. Unger makes a transition into that Dorito, snake Dorito.
here it comes.
There was a gun waiting for him.
Nice move.
Big run through. Oh no, that's a trade out.
Oh,
no, there's going to be
Distortion.
a major on Wyldside.
You still have the bodies though. No, all of them.
They're looking for one more. Unger is going to take a walk for his teammate Sins. That leaves just the D1 still alive for Wyldside.
1-on-1 right now. I've got one player in Vendetta for sure.
Yeah, both mirrored up essentially. Dorito, no, yeah, Dorito 2s for both teams.
Oh, nice shooting. Distortion might walk away from this self-inflicted disaster here with the penalty.
Right. All right, well now we're going to enter a little bit of a lull period while this last lucky Wyldside Distortion player tries to figure out what the hell is going on in the field. He's all alone, but he doesn't know it yet. Is there anything more nerve-wracking than being the last player on a field? And you're just sure behind every
For me,
bunker.
it's seeing the flags go up on my side. That's more nerve-wracking than being the last guy. Trying to figure out who the refs are going to pull.
All right, there we go. So Wildside's going to win that one in, may I say it, a wild manner. That's the dad jokes you get when you come to the Lone Wolf Premier Field.
All right, so the DRV loader has an LCD display on the back. I don't know if we can see that on here. Has a timer, has your torque settings. Everything on this loader comes apart super quick. It's all magnetic. Tray comes out. Spindle comes out, separates. You got your gears here. You got your electronics here. Everything goes back together. Uses a lithium battery, rechargeable. 25 to 30,000 shots depending on your torque settings. Everything back together, super slick.
So as a gun tech, I can appreciate how easy you made it to take it apart. The players still will not take it apart. They'll bring it to me and make me do it.
Let's go, KC.
5 alive, both teams. First body kill goes to KC. They're going to peel off the snake player for TPP crew.
Boyer playing lead snake for KC Missouri Allstars. Very versatile player. Oh, another penalty.
Ugh.
Takes out both shooters out of home for KC.
So KC's going to now have to rely on their snake Dorito player, their backline can, and their backline mini.
Boyer into the 50.
This is Boyer going to work. I don't think anybody's picked up on his presence here at this wedge. Now they know.
Will be out. KC's putting it together right now. Joe Twickler moving up the middle.
Good communication by Boyer.
2-on-2.
All right, recognizing home.
Ah.
No, he overextends himself there in that gunfight. The home's going to take him out.
Submitted.
Oh, yeah, that was a good concede. I mean, really, that was just sit and shoot. That won that one. Allstars just took a few too many risks there with gunfights, and it just didn't work out for him. All right. Thanks to another one of our sponsors, AlabamaPaintball.com. Alabama Paintball, 3 locations. Each location is kind of dedicated to a different thing. So they have a location kind of dedicated to private groups, a field located dedicated to more experienced players that want to come out and play some traditional speedball. So they have a little bit of everything there for you. If you were down in Alabama. All right, here we go.
Ooh,
Vendetta on
nice
your
shooting
left,
off the break
Wyldside on your right.
Distortion.
Vendetta's going to lose their first player. Vendetta has nothing on the snake side and really nobody in position to challenge to get into the snake. What do you see even over on the wild side?
They're already in position on the snake side. Shooting another one off of Vendetta. Vendetta's trapped in the pocket right now.
Wild side is chopping up bodies. Virginia Vendetta really stuck in a pocket right there in the middle. They got the mini brick, home, and the mini temple over on the Dorito side.
Distortion to 250s, the east side and the middle.
And now doubled up over there on that, well, their snake side. Now up the middle to the other team's brick. Home player peeling off, leaving 2 Virginia Vendetta players alive.
They should think about submitting right now.
Ooh, that could be dangerous. No, he gets away with that move. No, he didn't. Got a trade out of it. That's fine. And that will do it. Wyldside Distortion going to walk in this one in for the win. So they're going to go up 2-0 on Virginia Vendetta. 10 minutes on the clock, plenty of time.
Vendetta
What do you think about
needs
this
to
layout? You got a
submit
little
right
bit of a chance to play it, right?
What's that?
Have you had a chance? You had a chance to play this layout?
Just a little bit, yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it's kind of reminiscent of the Dallas Minor from a couple years ago. They had a same kind of deal like this. I like it because you can stay on your dominant hand no matter what you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So,
Yeah, you're right. You never have to switch off gun hands.
but it's pretty job specific. You have to stay on set zones, otherwise they blow it apart, as we just saw against Vendetta there with Distortion. As soon as they got through on that snake side, it was over.
So playing this field last week and looking at this layout, there was a real fear that this was going to be a slow layout, that there were going to be low-scoring games. I see maybe a fear as a broadcast because it's, you know, for entertainment value. But so far, we've actually had relatively high-score games, and it hasn't turned into be a slow layout, which was a little bit of a surprise. Dorito side is definitely not getting pushed real hard by anybody out here so far this weekend. It's really up the middle is your big opportunity to do a bunch of damage. All right, Crew, 2-0 advantage. Doubled up at home. Really aggressive up the middle there for Crew. First kill goes to Crew. Now tied 4-4. All right, Crew gonna go into the snake. Does he make it clean? He does.
Crew the first to get out of the pocket, moving much smoother than KC right now.
KC Allstars still kind of stuck in their original positions. So the All-Star can now starting to look snake side. Hopefully that will give him the impetus to make his bump into snake. TPP Crew's snake player, though, is locking into that can. It's going to be difficult for the All-Star player to get into the snake himself.
All-Star sneaks into the 50 on the D side. I don't think anybody saw him.
Nice move up the middle by All-Stars.
Now they know he's there.
KC All-Stars now up to the snake wedge at the 50. I'm not sure anybody on, TPP Crew snake player is aware of it. He's put a gun over there, but he's not staying on it.
If TPP is smart, they're just going to send their guns now. They're up 2-0. Bleed at least a minute off this clock right now.
Yep. Carlos Santiago into the snake Dorito for TPP Crew. You know, occasionally as broadcasters, we can listen into team conversations and understand what they're saying to each other. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what TPP crew's doing out there. Oh, they speak enough English to say get out, get him out.
And it worked.
It worked, yeah. Oh, 2 players walking off for All-Stars right now. They're going to lose one of their snake players and a home. Activate Bloodlust mode for TPP crew. They're now making their bumps. Wow, that All-Star player is in a world of hurt there in that inside snake wedge. He's going to drop back. Yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to lose the mini brick. That's it. Going to towel out of that one.
Rough start for KC.
Yeah, not the way they wanted to start it. They've been doing okay on breakout shooting. They've actually been getting some kills in the breakout, but they're having trouble in the mid game just finishing it out. They're losing a few too many gunfights. I mean, that was gunfights, right? I didn't see TPP crew didn't really start making secondary pushes until late in the game. Well, tertiary, third level pushes until late in the game. So they just kind of hunkered in and started winning gunfights.
Yeah, KC had the field position, couldn't capitalize on it.
Well, on screen, we have another fine carbon product.
Yeah, Zero Goggle, our premier goggle.
Does Zero imply that it's a prototype?
No, we've had the Zero for a while, but
all right, Wyldside Distortion up 2-0 on Virginia Vendetta. Close to 10 minutes on the clock.
Vendetta sends it on the snake side, 3 guys into the snake off the rip.
Look at that weaving run through the middle by the Virginia Vendetta player. Doesn't work out, but it was a beautiful run pattern.
Wyldside has it figured out here.
Zach Hogue here in the snake Dorito, wrapping. He's gonna see if he can get a cross-court kill on the wrap.
Distortion up 5-on-3, spread the field to the D side. Here it comes.
Yeah, Vendetta wedge players just going to get pinched out.
They need
Too
to
much
submit
incoming
now.
fire. That was a bridge too far there for that Distortion player trying to run through the middle. Going to draw it into a trade out though. That should be it.
I like Vendetta's aggression, but they needed to shoot somebody off the break for that to work.
Yeah. I don't see teams taking risks going out the Dorito corner on the breakout. So if I was a coach, I wouldn't bother wasting a gun on that lane. I'm only seeing 50-50 teams trying, not even 50, teams trying to go into the snake off the break. So would I, as a coach, would you put a gun doing on that when it's rarely, the thing that you can almost guarantee teams are doing is going up the middle, but there's really no shot on that. So I think this is going to be a tough field to get breakout shots unless your opponent takes risks. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a little tough to get free kills on the breakout. Maybe you tell one of your players to turn their gun down to like say 200 feet per second, so you can just loop shots over the middle and
Drop it
shots.
in, maybe.
Maybe. Of course, if you're old like you and I, you know you can also just unscrew your barrel, drop about 50 feet per second off your gun. All right. Wyldside killing a little bit of clock there. There it is.
Vendetta is not worried about their time management. It's going to cost them if they can have a chance to come back here. Oh yeah, we add for our CRBN team program. If you haven't experienced it, it's super slick. Get a render made, have jerseys, order 1 jersey at a time, order custom pod bags, cleat covers, barrel cases, goggle straps, the works. Check it out at CRBN's team program at teams@crbnpaintball.com. Make sure you ask for Walker. It's W-A-L-K-E-R. He's the guy.
Is that official, or were you just pushing workload on to a
No,
teammate?
he's the Walker's the team guy. I am the dealer rep Walker's out this weekend for a car show with his dad. They have a custom panel truck that they built together. I wish I had a photo of it. It's pretty sick.
So he chose family over paintball.
This time he did, yeah. When you do it for as long as he has,
Yeah.
occasionally it has to happen.
You have that right. How much product will you have left in the booth at the end of the weekend? Your guess.
We try to sell out. We try to like forecast it,
Yeah.
but sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. At AC, we got screwed because of the weather.
Yeah. It's awful nice not to have to pack up much of anything to
Right.
call it a
Ship it
weekend.
out.
Sell
So here
it all
comes
up.
KC Missouri All-Stars comeback. Calling it now.
All right, here we go. Big prediction. Hold on, let me get my wallet. Let's get, let's get some money on this. All-Stars in a deep hole here, 0-3. 10 minutes on the clock, though. Plenty of time to do it. Clean, aggressive move into the snake for All-Stars. At the same time, they pick up a kill, so they're up 5-4.
Oh, poor transition there by Bubba. He got clipped.
Went in a little high. Should have dove.
Hera into the 50 here on the snake side.
Thomas Hera, nice aggression. Ooh, he might have taken
Bounced.
one though. Nope, calling him clean. It's a bounce. Hera lives to fight another day.
Most of TPP's guns are focused here on Hera at the 50 on the snake side, transitioning into the D side. Let's see if KC can realize that.
Uh-oh. All-Star getting a check on the head on that back line. Gonna call him clean. I think Hera's playing this right. He's not overextending himself. They know he's there. Obviously, he's got multiple guns on him. Don't try to come out into gunfights that are unfavorable to you. Just chill. Get, take multiple guns on you, and then ask your teammates to make their pushes. And there
He's
it
been
is.
asking for the zone call, but they're not hearing him. Now he finally got it.
So All-Stars make a double push at the same time. Boyer goes into this inside snake wedge, and we got Dorito 2 now hot for All-Stars. That is due to Hera taking so much fire.
I believe it's 4-on-4 right now. TPP looks complacent to sit on their guns, which I don't blame them, up 3-0.
I hear Hera saying that they're trying to bounce shot on him. I don't think it was a good bounce shot into that snake wedge, though, so I think he's pretty safe.
I think he's trying to do too much right now.
Yeah, needs to settle down a little.
No one's really picked up on Boyer at the 50 here. There we go, another kill off the TPP side. But they also shift. And we lose, and KC loses a player off the D side. No one in KC looking at the D side right now.
All right, this is KC's point to win. They're certainly up in bodies. We're now at about 7 minutes.
Figured out D2 now.
KC now up to the Dorito 3. TPP crew up in the Dorito to themselves. He's under pressure from that middle brick. I'm not sure he can come out and gunfight. He's going to have to just stay tucked in.
I don't think Todd knows about the snake player.
Boyer switches off to snake side. I'd rather see him stay on this Dorito, though.
Oh, they shot another TPP player. Yeah, nice move.
And now
They
the
should
Dorito
break it
Boyer
open.
takes out that Dorito.
Here comes that comeback I told you about.
All right, good point for Missouri All-Star. I mean, if I want to nitpick and have a complaint, it'd be nice if they could have done it in maybe 30 seconds less.
Yeah,
but
they needed do it faster.
Their clock is fine. They're going to be down by a couple points. There's going to be 6 minutes on the clock. That's fine.
TPP is winning the communication game, though, still.
All right, Virginia Vendetta in a 0-3 hole up against Wyldside Distortion. 7.5 minutes on the clock. All right, for Vendetta, I'm seeing Grissom, Silver, Jacqueline, Savala. Not sure who their 5th player they're going to roll out.
Vendetta's body language looks off. They don't look like they're really in this right now.
What's that?
Their body language looks off.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. They seem a little bit defeated out there. We're talking about Vendetta. After this match, we're going to switch over to the WNXL portion of our schedule. You're going to watch the Heroines take on the Baltimore Nevermores, and Femmes Fatale take on Tiki Sohana. Femmes winning Tampa Bay, coming in first place overall for the season. All right, here we go. Virginia Vendetta needs to come up with some solutions. They need to come up with it quick. They're down by 3. Got 7 on the clock. A little rough run, but Virginia Vendetta's up in the middle. Both teams up in the middle now. Vendetta's being more aggressive, making their secondary pushes.
Vendetta's overloaded the snake side, but to no avail. Wyldside gets out wide.
So Sevilla is locked in here with a gunfight with that middle brick of Wyldside. This is a big game within a game. Whoever wins this fight, especially Sevilla can win this fight, it really frees them up to start making pushes. Now into D1 for Vendetta. Oh, the ref just got blown up. Now into D2 for Vendetta. No one is looking Dorito side. That Vendetta player is free to just do what he wants. Again, that D2 for Vendetta is not taking any incoming fire. He's moved up to D2, he's looking cross, and I'm not sure Wyldside has even picked up on his existence.
Now they do.
Sevilla here wrapping. That's a dangerous gunfight to engage in, because when you're that far off your center of balance, it's really tough to withdraw with any kind of twitch muscles.
It's still 5-on-5. Can't see that.
It's difficult to see. Wyldside Distortion has confirmed at least 4 alive. They might have had a 5th player slip off the field unnoticed, ninja style.
Vendetta seems still stuck in their original positions here.
Yeah, for Wyldside, they have no presence over here on the Dorito side. Now I'll move up to that inside wedge for Wyldside. I would say momentum-wise, Virginia Vendetta is in control of this game right now. However, the clock is just bleeding away. And even though they may win this point, It's just too much time is peeling off the clock. This is when you're down 3-0.
They might come to regret not submitting those first couple points when they bled the clock. I think Distortion's about to put it together here on the snake side.
I think Sevilla's looking to make his bump into the snake side wedge. I'm trying to read body language. Yeah, I think he wants it.
There he
There it
goes.
is. He can
You
play
see
the
that?
outside of this snake wedge because there's nothing on the
Ooh.
Wildside's Dorito side. Oh, be careful, sir. There you go. Wyldside now into the Dorito side. That means Sevilla's going to have to pull back to the backside of this bunker. He can't play the outside anymore. However, we're now under 3 minutes. We're now under 3 minutes.
Distortion leads their,
Vendetta, even with a win, this could be a loss for them in terms of clock.
Distortion just lost their lead snake guy. It's 53 Vendetta. Another death on Distortion, same bunker.
There you go. Distortion's going to lose their snake
Another one.
Dorito. Now they're inside snake wedge. Sevilla's looking to blow up that middle. He will. Last Wyldside player is going to walk off that Dorito side. So this is going to be a win, but kind of a loss for Virginia Vendetta. Even with winning the point, there's only going to be 2 minutes left on the clock. This is a tough layout to get 2 one-minute points off. All right. Back over to the TPP crew versus Missouri All-Star games. Missouri came up with a solution on that last one, so they at least got the score to 3-1. They got 6 minutes on the clock. That's plenty of time. Now, if they lose another point, then they're in real trouble. If they drop back down to a 3-point differential with, say, 4 minutes on the clock, they're in a world of trouble. So it's weird to say that this is a must-win point, but I kind of think this is a must-win point for All-Stars.
Absolutely. They can afford to play like a 3 or 4 minute point here and win it. They'll be in a good spot to tie it up at least.
Yep.
Look for TPP to spread it though this time.
All right, here we go. You are absolutely correct. That's exactly what they do. TP crew with a move up to that mini brick, but otherwise spread wide across the back. They're definitely in like a clock killing mode.
Ooh. So
First kill goes to All-Stars.
All-Stars are in the snake. Looking to push that side. TPP makes it in though.
Yeah, TPP crew in the snake too
And
now.
I don't think that KC has a trap set yet on the snake side.
TPP crew also up in Dorito too. At the same time, Kansas is going to lose their middle mini brick. Momentum back in favor of TPP crew.
Yeah. KC has no idea that the snake player is moving up on them. Here comes a penalty probably too. Nope.
So he could take that wedge if he wanted to. This snake Dorito player for TPP crew.
There's no heat over here or anything on him.
TPP crew player here on the snake thinks that mini brick is still alive. It is not. That's what's holding him up. Crew player is absolutely pleading his case to the refs that he got a hopper hit on him. As a player,
He
you
does
gotta
have a
let
hop.
go.
I think he does have a hit on his hopper.
Oh, you're right. I think
This
you
ref
might be
is
right.
5 feet away. What is he looking at? Maybe he's got tinted lenses.
It's really high up on the top of that rotor, so I don't think the refs cow. Oh, that's a hit. That's 100% a hit on the TPP crew
They were
player.
crying about it.
All right. I don't know if it's accidental or on purpose, but the TP crew player has kept his hopper tilted in at just the right angle.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, and he taunts him too.
Not, yeah. Well, Kansas City is correct that he was playing with a hopper hit. Don't run onto the field and start arguing with the refs after a point is over.
Guy shot 3 KC guys with that hopper hit too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh boy.
That's not gonna help either.
Yeah. So again, maybe the TPP crew player knew about it. I don't know, but if he did, he was awfully ballsy to not wipe that off. I think he didn't know about it, and I think he just kind of kept his hopper just the right angle. Nobody quite saw it. All right, late arrival to the box here for Wyldside. Wyldside asking for a check. He's going to get it.
Wyldside already at the 50. I don't know that the Vendetta guy on their side.
Yeah, they're going to get a minor. Wildside's going to lose 2 backline players. 3 alive for Wyldside. Virginia very aggressive over there on their snake side. They're now into that 50 wedge. Pay dividends. Wyldside players peeling off. Now a drop back by number 8, leaving just 2 players left alive over here for Wyldside. Number 8 here for Wyldside is being very brave, standing up over the top of his bunker. Super risky. There it is. Vendetta with a real sense of urgency on this one.
Yeah, if only they had that time back.
All right, good point for Virginia Vendetta. Fast point and convincing point.
Sorry, dude.
How much time is left on the clock here for KC?
There can't be much left. I don't have it on screen, but I'd imagine there's about
Like 4-ish?
minute and a half, 2 minutes
Oh,
left.
that's it, huh?
Something like that. So, big score differential here for TPP crew. Allstars, I mean, I think you're playing for pride at this point. Put something on the board. It would take a bit of a miracle to pull this match back.
Yeah, it's tough here whether you want the margin, even on a loss, or you want to just go for broke.
Yeah.
Knowing them, they're going to go for broke.
Why not? That's the old saying about go out on your shield. So when do you think your the DRV loader is going to be released to the public?
Retail release is September 1st.
September.
Yep.
You're putting a lot of time into testing. That's
We
great.
started this early 2023.
Wow.
Other people in the industry, unnamed, have struggled with some loader releases lately, so we're trying to avoid that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had it on the podium now every single ICPL event this last year, so it's working.
Do you want to whisper into my ear who you're throwing shade at, and then I'll say it on air for you?
I can say it out loud. Do you really want me to?
Somebody at Corporal Guitar guy pull the plug on this thing. Well, anyways, that's good news. Yeah, a lot of products kind of get rushed to market because you've got deadlines to hit. But yeah, that's a lot of development.
But yeah, you'll be able to find them at your favorite pro shop or online retailer. December 1st, there's going to be 6 colors available. The ones that have the orange trim are exclusive to the team program. They're basically our glorified tester product.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this, get out there and steal the orange loaders while you can. They're going to be, what's the term everybody uses now when they want to sell something for twice the price on eBay? It's collector or vintage or...
I do a lot of eBay action. It's rare, limited
Rare.
edition.
Hard to find. I
Yep.
know what I got. Yeah.
Old school works too.
Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, though, COVID changed part of the sport into a collector's hobby, right? So up until COVID, people were essentially anything equipment that was older than a couple years or wasn't the top would just get shedded and just get dumped onto the secondary market really cheap. COVID hit, and you had a lot of people sitting at home, clicking on eBay, clicking on whatever Facebook Marketplace, and suddenly we've seen like a collector's boom. People out there spending good money on guns and goggles and whatnot. That's just old.
Yeah, technical timeout here or what?
Yeah, we're on a little bit of a technical timeout. Everybody is hiding in the shade.
Sheltering in place.
So coming up after this, we're going to see the WNXL take over this field. They're going to be playing in the heat of Ohio sun for the rest of the day. This is the Ohio I grew up in. By the way, I don't know if you caught this. This Fairfield is where I was born and
cool.
raised. So I'm in New Hampshire now, but this is really special for me to come back here. This is actually fields I played soccer on as a little kid. Literally
Sick.
the grass we're standing on. Anyways, super small world. Not the point. Yeah, Ohio, we have these really kind of gray, miserable winters, and the summers just being this blistering, humid. You had a brief couple weeks of joy in spring and fall.
This is my first time in Cincinnati, in the Hamilton area here. We
Shut
did
up.
do the Skyline Chili the first day. Don't
you?
know what that's about.
You haven't done that, or have
We
you done
did it the first day
You
we
did.
were
So
here.
what do you think?
It was subpar chili is what I thought.
It is not traditional chili, right? I'm going to have to defend. This is the hill I'm going to die on. as an Ohio native. It is. If you were expecting Texas-style chili or Nashville chili, it is not that. You should view it as like a slightly spicy meat sauce that's served in very unique ways. Did you have it over spaghetti?
We did the required to do the three-way
Yep.
and the over the potato, and we got some chili dogs too. Got the whole spread.
I think the chili dogs are incredible.
That was the best part for me. I'm not a chili guy to begin with,
Okay, all right.
but it was on the list. It was the signature. We had to try it.
For being asked by a player. So, Francis, can you come to a booth shot in a minute? Francis, if you can hear me, can you go to a booth shot? No, he's not listening. So half the secret of Cincinnati chili, by the way, is actually the cheese. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, everything we got there was covered in cheese.
As a guest, I have a little gift for guest commentators. This is a packet of, this one is Skyline. Yeah, Skyline chili mix. So you
Okay.
can take this home, make it yourself, and
can-
experiment on this. Add a pound
Yeah.
of ground beef. The important thing is shredding mild cheese into what I can only describe as cotton candy. It's so mild.
I'll bring it home so my wife can be disappointed too.
Yeah, please do. I'm gonna convert as many people here this weekend as possible to Cincinnati style chili.
We are staying downtown Hamilton. We got an Airbnb. It's a pretty fun area, walking around and stuff. So I've been to quite a few NXLs. This one's pretty solid.
So Ohio, the rep on Ohio is the people are very friendly. It's got that Midwest vibe. Price of living is reasonable. Traffic is reasonable. There's a lot of great things about living here. You maybe don't get the exciting cultural stuff that you would say living in New York or Boston or Miami or whatever. That's the downside. But the rest of it's kind of upsides.
The exciting stuff's overrated. So
Of the big
I'm from
cities.
Minneapolis, and when
Yeah.
they burned it down, it was about 2 blocks from my field. So
Oh, jeez. If you have time up in this area, if you're sticking around after the event and you have time, if you can, go visit Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, which is just north here by about 45 minutes or something like that. It is an incredible, enormous air and space museum.
cool.
It's got one entire building dedicated to 1960s rockets that we sent to the moon. I mean, these things tower, God, I don't know, 10 stories. They're so huge. It's crazy to be standing right within touching distance of them. But incredible museum. A disproportionate amount of NASA astronauts come out of Ohio, a really highly disproportionate amount. I'm just going to hit you with Ohio factoids. Ohio produces, again, a disproportionate amount of TV broadcasters because of the neutral accent.
Okay.
So Ohio is one of those places that very little accent, and it makes it very easy for people that want to go into the broadcast field to not carry an accent with them and move
That
around
makes
the country.
sense.
Okay, that's about all Ohio has going for it. So,
So
I'm out
just
of
the
facts.
chili, the
Chili.
newscasters, and the air and space,
and
huh?
a great museum. After you've experienced those three, you can go home, folks. So we are on some kind of technical timeout. I don't quite know what it's about. You know what I actually think it's about? I think they're going back and reviewing that possible hopper hit.
It would be huge because that was ridiculous. First off, that guy shot 3 people off KC.
I'll half agree. The outcome of what the impact of that hopper hit was ridiculous. The fact that the refs didn't pick up on it was bad, but I don't think it's crazy. Like I said, the angle that he had it at, it was very hard to see. The good news is this ref crew will go back and fix stuff.
That's cool.
If they have enough evidence, if they have enough reason to believe that they mess things up, they will actually go back and fix things. I've never seen another ref crew willing to do that. Most ref crews will just leave, when caught in a mistake, will just simply tell you, no, it was the right call, get away from me. They want to admit fault, they don't want to deal with it. But this ref crew will actually do something about it.
Back to the CRBN team program here. It's up on your screen. Make sure you check it out, get a rendering made. One of the unique advantages of our program is if you do need another jersey made, you can just order 1 jersey at a time, be in your hands within 4 to 5 weeks, rush it for 2 weeks. A lot of programs, you get your jerseys for your team. New guy joins a month later, and you're SOL trying to get a new jersey for him. With our program, you can just jump back on your team site, just order the jersey.
I advocate for making extra team jerseys with generic names on them, like John Smith. And then when a new player joins at last minute, you just say, you're John Smith.
But what if that guy that you pick up is the guy? Does he want to run around with alternate written on his back? No, he wants the real deal.
Cannon fodder, alternate, meat shield. I mean, just put it out there. TPP crew has somebody playing out here with their name Pit Crew. Matter of fact, I think it was the Pit Crew guy that might have had that hit on his hopper.
Yikes.
Yeah, the refs are having a bit of a discussion right now. All right, this is a blatant me sucking up to a sponsor right now. One of the things I do love about your product is that you have so many nice zippered cases to protect your product. So many other companies don't have anything like that. You have molded, fitted cases.
Yeah, I mean, everything we make is from a player's perspective. Like this loader, kind of overkill, but we wanted loaders for 10-man that had timers on the back. We still play mechanical paintball. We still shoot old school guns that are fast. We wanted a really, really fast loader. Same with the goggles. Like, I'm sick of goggles getting crushed, so our goggles ship with a case.
Yep. I'm a case junkie. I love zippered cases to protect my equipment. So I do love the fact that you guys ship stuff with all these nice molded, fitted cases.
They got the rule book out. It's getting real.
Yeah, I got to be honest, and that's Boyer saying let's just go and let's not keep arguing this out. Even if they could about the only thing the refs could do at this point is reset players in bunkers, reset the clock, and do that all over. That's about the only thing they can do.
These hits and penalties on tape after the fact opens up Pandora's box, because if I was a real team, I'd be filming every single thing and complaining about every single thing possible. And
so
I don't think that adds to the experience here.
You are completely correct. That is one of the problems that, again, this reffing crew that tries so hard to make things right, it does cause delays. It does cause teams to start arguing stuff that they shouldn't argue. I think, I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't hit this yet, but I think we're going to eventually need a semi-pro video replay system with rules, saying if you're a coach and you ask for replay, you get one of them per match. And if you, maybe even a penalty for losing it. In the NFL, if you lose a replay, you lose a timeout.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that with a replay system. But I know in the pros we have a replay system. I think we're approaching that for the semi-pro field.
Yeah. The expectations put on the refs are too high. If they get 99.9% of their
Right.
calls right, there's still going to be 100 blown calls across the weekend that are absolutely wrong.
Yeah. I'm biased, so I'm going to admit my bias up front before I open my mouth again, because I think that's important to being honest. I think this is one of the best refereeing crews I've ever seen. I've been working the sidelines here with a webcast for about 3 years now, and I'm telling you, this is one of the best refereeing crews I've ever worked with, I've ever had a chance to see.
So they're going back to the original sides from the last point, so we might have some
they're going to reset it.
modifications here.
They might be just completely replaying the entire point.
Getting the time back too.
Let's see. If you see refs starting to put players in certain bunkers, then what they're actually going to do is rewind it and try to completely recreate game positions with clock. They've done that in the past.
Really?
But I'm seeing, it looks like I'm seeing 5 players for both teams. I think they may just be replaying the point. All right. Yeah. TPP crew is arguing it doesn't matter. The KC throw the towel, but the whole issue with the loader hit happened well before that towel.
Yeah.
And the player with the hopper hit had a major effect
here we
on
go.
the game. I think they're just going to replay it, straight up replay it.
Oof, and they lose 2 off the break for KC.
yeah.
Disaster strikes.
All right. crew,
TPP is
5
looking
alive.
pretty sharp.
All right. KC's going to towel out of that one.
All that for nothing.
That was a lot of
Yeah.
downtime trying to figure it out just for about a 20-second point. All right, well, I do also feel bad for Virginia Vendetta. They had some momentum going for them, but that was about a 10, 12-minute downtime in between points.
We'll see if they attack the snake again. That was 2 points in a row that it worked.
Yep.
They absolutely locked Wyldside out of the D side doing that.
All right. Vendetta doubled up at home,
Same
spread to the
breakout.
corners and into the snake and up the middle.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was dumb.
very aggressive Vendetta here. Yeah, Sevilla's aware. They're aware of Sevilla's presence here in the wedge. Wyldside just trying to lock it down. Virginia up the middle to that middle brick. We're under a minute here.
Ooh,
Seville making a big push. He's going to come right into a gun. Is it a trade? It's a trade. Unfortunately, Virginia Vendetta sent another player to do the same thing. That was a wasted body. And there it is, time.
they really want that about 90 seconds to 2 minutes they threw away at the beginning of this match, letting
Yeah.
Wyldside sit there.
All right. Vendetta made a nice comeback attempt. It's gonna fall a bit short, so congratulations to Wyldside on that one. We are heading back to TPP Crew versus Kansas City Allstars. It makes me so nervous as a player to not tag up with about 10 or 15 seconds left on the clock. I consistently see players tagging up with like 3 seconds. Look over there at TPP Crew is
Yeah,
so
I mean,
casual. Makes
I
me
want to give it
so
away.
nervous. All-Stars into the stake, now moving up the middle. Uh-oh, running ref to home. And a minor.
Oh, and a penalty too.
Yeah.
KC.
Well, last player left alive, Boyer trying to do something. Is it a trade? No, he's clean. That's a clean kill for Boyer, and he walks right into a gun. TPP crew is going to finish this one off. There's a towel from All-Stars. So All-Stars being very aggressive on that point. Didn't work out. Ran right into some guns.
Penalty killed him.
Yeah. On the semi-pro field, and probably on most fields, if a ref has to run cross field to what he thinks is a hit, and he gets to you, and there is a hit, you're probably getting a penalty. You're getting a penalty on this field. If the ref can see the hit occur in the moment it hits, and he feels like he can get to you before you have effect on the game, maybe he doesn't throw a penalty. But if he has to run halfway across the field, you're getting the penalty.
At this level, yeah, everyone knows their shot. They're impacting the gameplay. What's the logo on the white bunkers?
That is Paintball for a Cause.
Okay.
That is an organization started by Tammy Adamson. It's trying to help players in the paintball community struggling with any mental issues, depression, even substance abuse. They are a charitable organization that's gotten a lot of backing and support. So good luck to them. They're doing a good thing.
I like how they've integrated sponsors onto the bunkers.
Yep.
It's about time. With the Hertz ones and whatnot.
To get sad for a minute, we are living in an age where there's a lot of what's called deaths of, oh, now I'm forgetting the phrase. In any case, unfortunately for middle-aged Americans, especially male, they're losing a lot of them to drugs, deaths of despair, to drugs and suicide. So organizations like that can help, it's awesome. So thank you to Tammy Adamson. All right, here we go. Wow, we're taking friendlies from another field. There we go. There's the move that I've been waiting teams to figure out. Cross the 50 right into the other team's brick. He can drop and crawl if he wants to. Oh, no.
They know he's there, though. Here it comes.
Oh, All-Star player's back is to this Snake Dorito. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here in a second. Oh, yeah, there it is.
I missed him.
No, he lived through it.
And he got shot. Throw it, throw it.
And there's a minor on TPP crew. They're going to lose their entire snake side.
So now can they capitalize?
There's the crawl. Great reaction. He should be able to get a free kill in that Dorito corner. Got to keep your hopper down.
Oh,
That's
no.
gonna be a penalty. Uh-oh. If he shoots somebody, that's going to be a major. He doesn't know he's already eliminated. He's very lucky. The All-Star player is very lucky he didn't shoot somebody. He didn't know he was already eliminated due to penalty.
Oh, disaster strikes again on KC.
There's still a chance here. Oh, as I say that. What a messy, messy game.
The attack looked good, just couldn't finish it. TPP wants this point, they should hustle.
All right, TPP walking into the buzzer. That was a messy, messy point. Flags flying for both sides. In the end, TPP crew is going to win that one. So for that all-star player, he's, like I said, kind of lucky he didn't shoot somebody. All right, anyways, congratulations, TPP crew. Brent, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for the chili mix.
Absolutely. Go home, make it. You probably still won't like it, but I'm going to slowly convert people.
I'll let
to
my wife be
Cincinnati
the
chili.
judge. But appreciate the time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us both at home, and Brent for joining us from the CRBN booth. We're going to take a break. When we come back, you're going to watch some WNXL action. Thank you so much.